How's it and aloha as your unc. This is chicken mean bang Hawaiian cake noodle. I love this dish. It's basically a mukbang and the recipes in the corner. I'll put a description below too, man. Here we go. Fitness, foodies, and the fabulous absurd. From burpees to camu, you're never gonna know what you're gonna get from your unc. Burpee yoga uncle.
The joke had to be caught. He wanted me to lock him up in the MCU.
Yeah, it's so satisfying. I don't know what to tell you. About the only place I can find this is back home in Hawaii. A couple of restaurants here in the West Coast make some, but it's not really a popular dish. The difference between this and like the Vietnamese version of their cake noodle is, number one, they use the thin egg noodles. They don't use the Japanese ramen, which is what this is based off of, and they don't cut them into blocks. But it does achieve the similar crunchiness. My recipe's on the lower right hand corner of my video that I did a while back, so I'll put the description below of the entire recipe. It's actually super easy to make, but I was jonesing for them. Where I live, if you were to order one from a quote-unquote Hawaiian Chinese restaurant, you're running probably like $20. And this one, I use 2 packs of noodle, which is maybe $1 or $2, and a couple pieces of chicken. So it cost me maybe $3-4 for this dish, and the vegetable is nothing, right? I think I use pork and chicken on this one. I don't even know, but the sauce is ono. It's so easy to make. Again, the recipe is going to be on the lower left hand corner in the video. You can see me making it, and then also another mukbang, and then the description will give you the link to that video directly. But it's Hawaii is an amalgamation of fusion cooking. I think it's one of the first place in the country because we had so many immigrants from all across the world coming in to work the pineapple fields. But it's mostly Asian, so this dish is kind of an offshoot of a Chinese restaurant, but then they fry it. And then there's so many things like spam musubi, which is offshoot of sushi, poke, which is offshoot of sashimi, and and even a lot of the sauces and everything. Like there's a lot of pateles, because a lot of Portuguese in the island, and manapua, which is Chinese based, and then lumpia, which is Filipino. But anyway, it's all mixed up together. If you're ever on the islands of Hawaii, any of the islands, you're gonna find just super ono food. And that's one of the greatest thing, because to me, food is medicine, and I love to eat, I love to cook. So mostly when I am not traveling, I eat at home, because I we can cook a lot of the stuff. I know what's in there. Most of the easy stuff I cook. If it's something that's hard, like tonkotsu ramen, which takes a few hours to make the soup, yeah, those are kind of stuff that I would go out to eat. But even miso ramen now I can make at home, and I do make it at home. It tastes to me the same as when I eat them in a restaurant, so why do I'm not gonna pay that? And plus they have MSG in there and probably a lot of salt in the soup. That's why it tastes so good, and food to me is medicine. And in these frugal times, especially with what's going on in the world, it's bound to change and nothing stays the same. The tides come up and tides go down, and so is our world. So you gotta prepare for it. A penny saved is a penny earned, and that's what I do. So with that said, I also do a lot of burpees. You'll see towards the end, around the 8-9 minute mark, I do Superman burpees. But my channel has a lot of stuff, different stuff. Whatever floats your boat, I probably have them. Anyway, I digress. Enjoy the mukbang. As you can tell, if you go to the end of this video, I literally finished the whole plate. It was so good. And by the way, how can I eat like this and still be so skinny? Well, that's because I believe in the term autophagy. A Japanese doctor got a Nobel Prize for medicine, I think back in 2008 or something like that, for inventing the term autophagy. The way autophagy works is every single time you eat something, usually your body takes 12 hours to digest it. Once the 12 hours is done, your body doesn't stop digesting. What it actually starts doing is it takes your damaged or like dead cells in your body, and it starts recycling it. Basically, it's eating the dead cells and that's what it does. And he coined the term autophagy, which got him the Nobel Prize in medicine. And that's what I believe. So the longer you don't eat for a specific amount of time, the more your body actually quote unquote heal itself, almost like yoga. And that's why I like to do it. And on top of that, I don't believe humans are meant to eat like 3 times a day. I believe the food industrial complex wants you to eat 3 times a day because they make more money from you eating. Unless you're doing hard labor work, I don't understand why you need so many calories, simply because what are you going to do with the calories? And your body's super efficient. If you don't use the calorie, it saves it for rainy days, right? So where does it save it? To fat. And that's why America has an obesity problem on top of eating too much. A lot of our food has high calorie, what is considered high empty calories, like sugary drinks and things like that. I mean, even a famous brand of coffee out there, you don't get it plain, you get all these syrupy and stuff. That's why it tastes so good. I always call those coffee like a sugar drink with some coffee in it. It doesn't, to me, it's not really a coffee. It's basically a sugar drink with some coffee in there. But anyway, it is what it is. You do you, and you be happy with doing you. I'm not here to criticize the way you live, and you live any way you want, as long as you do it to make sure you follow the letters of the law. It's all good to go, man. And the main thing is treat everybody as you would want to be treated, and that's pretty much it. I'm just meandering all over, and I'm 6 minutes into this. If you are still with me, please hit that like and subscribe button. Yeah, your uncle can talk all day, non-stop. Bless up.